Palworld tier list, baby, of all of the pals. Kavou. Nobody asked for this, nobody cares about this, why do that? It's 4 AM, I suffer from sleep depravity, so here we are. I even forgot this pal existed, that kinda gives you away where I'm going to rank this one. It will be better if it never existed in my opinion.
You just can't get into it because they would never understand.
I've been addicted into playing Palworld for the past 2 weeks.
Hot diggity dog! This place is magnificent. An embarrassment of riches, as they say.
It's crazy how fast time flies when you have fun.
Yep.
I realized it's about time to make a tier list. Before we start, 2 things. The tier list I'm going to make, I'm gonna rank every single pal in the game. What I will be reviewing on this tier list will be which pals I think they have an amazing design. Creatures that represent animals and have a strong theme, while the humanoid type of creatures will be ranked way lower. There is a reason why the most iconic Pokemon you remember was something like Charizard, Pikachu, Gyarados, and the list goes on. The goal of this list is to see if we can get at least more than 10 pals on the S tier, because I would love to compare that with the recent Pokemon games. For instance, in Pokemon Sword and Shield. So I would love if we can get more than 10 pals on the S tier. Feel free to throw a like, feel free to subscribe, it helps the channel grow. I make Skyrim, Fallout New Vegas and Palworld type of videos. Depending how many likes this will get, I'm gonna make more Palworld videos. Let's make this list, let's see which pals are the most iconic. I am probably going to make many people mad with my list. And we're starting strong with Lamball. Lamball is this creature that I believe it has to be the most iconic in the series, guys. He's funny, he's cute, he has a very simple design and everybody loves him. And he can be a badass as long as you give him an AK-47. It's time to make people mad. I don't think I like Anubis' design a lot, and personally that's because I never like humanoid type of creatures. I think it's a hit or miss. It just looks like a dude who is wearing a costume. Now many might disagree with me, but honestly guys, I am putting Anubis on beat and let me know what you think. Next we're having Germuntide. Germuntide is what commonly people call as Gyarados, and everybody loves Gyarados. One of my most favorite Pokemon was Gyarados, my first shiny actually, and that being said, the design is super badass. It absolutely looks like a beast and everything about this pal is amazing. I will put this on A tier, but I'm assuming given that we have so many of those pals, I am going to move him behind our little ship friend. Then we have Suzaku. At first I didn't like Suzaku, but the more I looked into it, I like its unique design, that it makes it look so alien. I just love the overall design and he's cool. I love the red color, so this is the very first pal on the A tier. Then we have Grisbolt. Grisbolt is really cool. It has to be one of the iconic pals. It's literally in the front page. It just looks amazing. He stands out. I am putting this over Germuntide. Then we having Lily. She looks absolutely stunning. I love Lily so much. I don't think she's more iconic than Grisbolt, let's be honest, but I'm going to put her over Germuntide, and we have a very strong list. And here we have Felaris. The problem with this dude, I love how he looks. From the front side he has this ancient Greek / Egyptian type of look, but the problem is from the back he looks like an oversized chicken. So that's my take on it, but I'm putting him below Anubis. Then we have Orzrek, and this dude reminds me of Garchomp. Garchomp was this combination of a shark, or more specifically a hammer shark into a dragon. This one doesn't have a style really, like a theme, if that makes sense. I like many parts about it, but the Sailor Moon wings, I don't think he stands out that much. I am going to put him below on the A tier. I know many people like this guy, but I just feel like he's not really that great. Then we have Shadowpeak, and Shadowpeak is interesting because it does look super cool, but I wouldn't call this iconic. For sure I wouldn't put this on the A tier, but I'm very sure that I prefer Shadowpeak over Orzrek. I think I like Suzaku more because he looks more unique, more simple, and again, simplicity with those type of games is key. I'm going to move on and I will skip the legendaries for the end. Next is Pengulet. I think he's called something like that. This is just a penguin, there is nothing crazy going on. I'm putting this little cute guy over there. Then we have Painking. I think this guy is very iconic. I will put put him on the bottom of S, and again I'm going to adjust those in the end, or as we keep making this list. He looks super cool, unique, I love everything about him, he has so much character, the theme is there with the pirate hat and all of that. Then we have this little guy, I'm gonna put the pinglet on top of C-Tire for now. Then we have Ganmos, he's kinda unique, I like the design, it definitely stands out. When we're comparing simple animals, I think something that looks a little bit more interesting will take the spot, which is Ganmos. Then we have Vixie, which is this little cat type of creature. I will definitely put this above those two. Ganmos deserves it more. Hood Crates, I think his name is, and that's just an owl with a wizard hat. He's cool, nothing too crazy. I am going to put him second after Ganmos on the C tier. Then we have Tiffan. I think the design is super cool. I don't think it's much more innovative than Anubis or Felaris. He's way above what we have on the C tier. It's cute enough for me to consider this the lowest of the B tier. Then we have my most favorite guy and everybody's favorite guy. We have Depresso. Hands down, guys, I vote Depresso for president.
Who do they think they are? I've given the best years of my life to this place and they think they can just fire me like that? Like trash? I don't think so.
I'm putting this guy all the way up to the S tier above Lampfal. When it comes to people playing Palworld, everybody talks about Depresso, he's so funny, the animations, everything that goes on with him.
Today's subject, slavery.
He might not be the strongest, not physically, but in spirit, I think he describes most of us. Next we have this little guy, I think it's Chemis. I'm gonna put this over here. We have Daydream. I think this looks super cool. I'm going to put this on the B tier, like this. Then we have Kativa. Kativa, guys, it's extremely iconic. He has to be one of the mascots of this game. Him, Depresso, Lampfall. There is quite few of those. I'm going to put this guy over those two, and second to the A tier. Then we have Raspor, which this has to get ranked as the lowest one because it is just a bore, guys. I'm sorry to say that, but there is nothing unique really there. A moment of silence for Raspor in the comments.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
We have Nox, looks very interesting. I love the fact that it's a fox and it has a cape, a scarf and a gem and the red eyes and everything. This little fellow has so much personality. I'm going to put him slightly high. Then we have Fadler, which gives me some Pokemon vibes. It's kind of one of those very low detail designs that usually end up on the C tier. It's mostly a filter. Then we have Kilamari or Calamari, however you want to pronounce this guy. I'm going to put him on the top of the C tier because he looks kinda cool. The design is definitely there. He looks like a flying hat. We have Mao, which is just a cat with a key on its tail, which I guess that's as much creative as this one will get. I'm putting him over here. Then we have Cellray, and I have to say I love the design of Cellray a lot. I think he looks very interesting. He goes over the elephant. We have Dire Howl, which again, this is just a generic wolf, and I'm going to make some space here. I guess I'm putting Anubis on the lowest of A tier, and the Dire Howl, it is just a wolf, but at least it looks somewhat unique. I am putting him on the bottom of B tier. We have Tokoto, which is an interesting looking bird. I'm not very sure where to rank this guy, to be honest with you all. I think I'm going to put him second, maybe third on the C tier. He looks slightly more unique than Hook Raid. Then we have Floppy. I love the design of this. 100% looking more unique and cooler than the Dire Howl. I think I'm moving it slightly above as well. It kinda fights for the middle spot of B tier, so I'm going to put him here. We have Brisla. I love the design of this one. It's very thematic. It has green, it has red. I love what it does with the colors. I'm going to put this one second on the B tier. Mozzarina is literally a big round cow. It has to go near the penguin and all of that, so I guess slightly above Penguinlet. Again, we're ranking those based off how unique they look. And Chikipi, very simplistic, it's a small chicken. I think he stands out a lot. Now, I don't think this guy is as unique as Depresso or Lampfell. It is literally just a chicken. I don't know where I'm going to put him. I guess slightly above our little parrot here, second to Ganmos. Then we have Gobfin, which I thought his name was Goblin, but Gobfin looks super cool. He has a red recolor as well, and I love the design a lot actually. I'm going going to rank this guy above Nox. We have Kavou. Its lore, it says that it's a creature that literally has hung dead people being carried off by his arm. So I can see already the creepypasta coming. I'm going to put him second on the B tier because again, this is such a nice and cool design. We have Mosanda, and I have to say guys, I love this dude so much. He's super interesting, I love the interactions, he's just a big panda. It's very hard for me to rank this guy. I think I'm putting him second on the A tier. I like him more than everything else we have so far, even Kativa. Then we have Woolipop, which, I mean, I understand the theme for this one, but guys, I just don't like it at all. I think this one shouldn't exist, to be honest, but maybe I'm a bit too harsh. I'm going to put this one all the way at the bottom. I guess we're giving Raspberry some company down there.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
We have Caprity, which is this little goat, and I think he looks interesting enough to be above Dire Howl. I think I'm putting Dire Howl on top of C tier. We have Alpaca. I'm going to put this, I guess, above the cow. Don't see this one going any higher. Then we have X3 Deer, which it looks pretty cool. He's one of those that kinda stand out, but in my opinion, he's way more interesting than Dire Howl. I'm going to put him above our little green goat. Then we have Nightwing. At first, I thought this one was looking kinda boring, but the more I thought about it, this has to be one of those typical bird type of designs that actually work. I never like the birds we've got from, let's say, Pokemon games, because they look extremely generic, and that's the idea of those. But he looks really cool for a generic bird, so he has to go on the A tier for me. I'm going to put him above Shadowpeak. I don't like the over complexity of some of those pals. They kinda look too overwhelming. I just love when something is very basic and just works and stands out, which if you see what we have from the S tier to A tier, that's pretty much why I'm ranking those the way I am. We have Rip Bunny, which in my own account, this has to be the only bunny we've got so far, and he looks super cool. He's nice. I think I like him more than Calamari. I'm going to put him on that spot. We have Leafmonk, which is a squirrel. I think this one has to go on the B tier list. I think this is as high as it can get for this little guy. We have Inseram. He looks like a demon that came straight from Dark Souls. The design is so much more cooler in my opinion than both Anubis, Ozrex, Shadowpeak, all of those. Is it an S tier type of pal? I don't think he is. I think he's high enough to be around here. I think I'm going to put Ozrex slightly above Shadowpeak. Maybe some of you would not like this. I'm going to keep swapping those here and there. Cinnamon. I am going to put this guy here on the C tier. Then we have Arsox, and I think this guy goes all the way up here, maybe slightly above. Actually thinking again, I'm going to put Arsox all the way below the A tier, below Anubis and below Shadowpeak. Should I put him higher or lower? Let me know what you guys think. We have Damat. I just love this guy a lot. He's for sure more unique than all of the things we have from the C tier, at least that's my opinion. I think I'm going to put him around here. I just love everything about this little guy, and he's not very little if you know what I mean. We have Cognito. The name of this one, the design and everything, I just love this so much. Cognito has the style of the Plague Doctor. It has the cape, it has the mask. It just looks so damn cool. That has to go on the A tier. I am putting him all the way up above Nightwing for sure. Maybe something like that. I'm not sure. I'm really having an eternal struggle with those two. I'm going to put him right here. We have Lispunk. I think I've seen this guy very few times, and maybe I'm going to put him around here. He goes on the C tier. At least he's top 5 because he kinda stands out more than some of the other designs. And you know what? Maybe I'm going to put him around here. Not even top 5 on the C tier list.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really.
We have Loopmon, and Loopmon looks super cool. I love the horn he has that looks like a moon, either on the highest of the B tier or the lowest of A. He's gonna go on the lowest of A tier. And you know what? I'm grabbing Suzaku and I'm putting him at the bottom of S tier. Then we have another bird, which is Galeclaw. I don't like Galeclaw, it's just a generic bird. It's like Rasbor, but slightly, I guess, more unique. Now we have Romquill, and Romquill has another unique color, and both of his designs and forms, they look absolutely stunning. This guy stands out so much. He has his unique bow/arrow type of move, and for me this is an S tier. The design and everything about it, this guy falls under the same page of King Penguin or Gizbolt. It just looks so damn unique, and I think I'm putting this guy above German Tide and King Penguin. I just love this guy so much. He reminds me of the Martians in the Duck Dodgers franchise. Gorillat, which is a gorilla. I mean, it's like Direhouse. He looks cool for a gorilla, so he's gonna be on the highest of C tier. Next we have Foxparks, and I think Foxparks looks unique enough to claim the #1 spot on C tier. And you know what? Not even C tier. I'm going to put this slightly above here. A fox on fire. This is how I remember Firefox was running, always on fire. We have the Bigarde and Elizabeth. Bigarde, in my opinion, you guys might hate me on this. I think the design of Bigarde is S tier. I love the colors, I love the simplicity, the wings, the scarf, the helmet. Everything has so much personality. It looks so unique. I love everything about this one to the point where I'm putting her above Suzaku. Now on the other hand, our queen here, she doesn't hit me with the same type of uniqueness as the Worker does. I'm going to put her on the A tier, and below the most part, I would love if it had some purple, maybe some blue. Just the color variations is what is forcing me to put this down below the A tier. Next we have Gintail, aka Garfield. This is a very cool looking cat, and honestly guys, this has to be the most unique cat we've got in this game, so I'm putting him not even on C tier, on the bottom of B. He's above the C tier. Next we have Sui and Swepa. Sui reminds me of those little guys from League of Legends. I haven't played League of Legends for over 10 years, so you guys can remind me how those are called. He's cute. I think he looks cool enough to be on the B tier, maybe above our cat, or maybe I think I'm gonna do something like this and move it like that. Then we have Sweepa, which is pretty much the same idea. I don't know which one of those came first. I assume they made the small one and then the big dude, so I'm putting them on that order. Then we have Chillet, which, let's be honest guys, Chillet is amazing. He's best in slot. I love how he looks. He's iconic. Everything you want from a game like Palworld. I'm going to put him way above Robin Quill like that. I just love everything about this guy. More of that please. Then we have Univolt. I don't like the design of this guy, but he's very unique. He's gonna go way higher on the B list. I think I'm putting him way higher than Nox, maybe higher than Gobfin. He looks cool enough, and you know what? I'm going to put him third on the B tier list. Then we have Fox Cycle, which I am going to put it on the bottom of A tier, because again, I just love the aesthetic and the design of it. I wish we had more ice type of monsters that did stand out more like this one. Then we have Pyrin, and Pyrin, I have to say, he's a badass. He looks so damn good. This guy goes all the way up on the A tier. The question is, do we put this guy on the S tier or not? And I'm not sure. I will put Mons Panda all the way below the S tier, and Pyrin is gonna take the first spot on our A tier list. Then we have Raindrix, which I even forgot this spell existed. That kinda gives you away where I'm going to rank this one. I'm just putting it, I guess, slightly above, you know, the bird we have. It will be better if it never existed, in my opinion.
You just can't get into it because they would never understand.
We have Rayhound, which is a hound. I mean, it looks more interesting than the basic animals we have on the C tier list. Now, on the other hand, we have Kichan. This looks absolutely fantastic. The design of this dude is 10 out of 10. The question is, where do I rank this guy? And I think I'm going to put this above Anubis. I'm going to move Anubis slightly below here. Then we have Dazi. I'm not the biggest fan of the design, but it looks unique enough. I'm going to put him below Kilamari. Not going to think too much about it. Next we have Lunaris. Lunaris looks pretty cool. I am going to put Lunaris on top of B tier, and I'm going to move this bird on the bottom of A. And I'm putting Pyrin on the S tier below, just to make some space. And we have Dinosaur, and I think this looks super unique and cool to the point where I'm going to put it all the way here, and I'm going to make a swap around those parts, and I think this should look much more better and accurate. Then we have the very first mount I've got in this game. His name is Serpent, and he's a serpent. I think I'm putting him above Lunaris, just like that, because I love the serpent design again. Then we have Mariath, and Mariath looks absolutely fantastic. The design of this dude, it's so incredible. I love the randomness of it, and this for me, guys, goes all the way on the top of the A tier, which is exactly what I like to see when I see complexity being mixed with simplicity. It just works.
And then you run wires that connect them all, and again, it just works.
Maybe he goes second like this. Yeah, I think this is slightly more accurate. I am putting this one over here, so this is the list. Then we have Dick Toys. Dick Toys, guys, I mean, this is hands down an S tier. He stands out. He's a badass. I'm going to put this guy over King Penguin. You know what? Maybe around here. Everybody loves turtles, especially turtles with spikes, and he belongs in the S tier. We have Tombat. I mean, Tombat is unique enough not to belong on the C tier. I will argue somewhere around here, and maybe I'm going to put him somewhere in the middle of B tier. Then we have one of the most cursed ones. It's called Lovendar. You probably have seen this one going around. I actually hate this one. This is the reason why I don't want humanoid type of creatures in those games, but given the memes, given how funny this is extremely iconic. This one has to go very high on the list. It goes for sure above Anubis, Giggity, so I'm going to put him high on the A tier. This is not about which one I personally like, it's what I view as standalone good design and a pal in the end of the day that stands out from the rest. We have Whack, which is a little duck just behind the little chicken, and that's pretty much it. We have Sparkit. It's a case very similar to Oxpark, so I think I'm going to put him above the grass square. I'm going to put him like that. And let me make this adjustment really quick. We have Lambel. It is whatever. I think this guy goes on the same place as Ganmos goes, so I guess below that. We have Vanweir. I will rank this high on the A tier above the Eliza Queen, around here. He looks better in my opinion than Nightwing. He was the very first flying mount I have, and I think he's iconic enough to be on the top 5 of A tier. We have Bussy, and this one, guys, has to be one of my most favorite and most iconic ones. This guy goes easily top 5, and I'm trying to think, is it higher than Lilith? I think he is. He really stands out. He even has a katana, so he has the power of anime on his side. Maybe one of the coolest designs in this whole game, in my opinion. I love the flame he has on the head. This is such a fantastic pal to have, and I couldn't be more happier with my placement of Bussy. Then we have Beacon. It's a lightning bird. It has to go high on the A tier, below Shadowbeak, around here if I had to guess. Then we have Blazehawk, which Blazehawk is a badass. This one is one of my most favorite, if not my most favorite mounts in the game. Way above the B. I think I'm putting him around here. I'm going to put him above Dick Toys. I love the design of this bird. I think I might even put him above Robin Quill, above Champet even. Very close to top 5. We have Catres, which, yes, she has a cool design and all of that. It's not a C tier for sure. I think she goes all the way up here, maybe above the horse. Then we have Wixen, which looks like Catres, but slightly more adjusted and different. This is where I'm going to put it, and I guess I am moving Serpent and I'm putting him way below on the A tier just to make some space. Cativa goes all the way down on the S tier. Then we have a creature that I hate so much. This is Verdas. I just don't like the design of this guy at all. You know my excuse when it comes to humanoid creatures, it just looks overall weird. I might be very biased, so you know what, at least I am putting him around here, top 5 on the C tier list. We have Violet, which looks super cool. This definitely goes all the way up to the A tier. The question is where? I'm struggling a lot. I think I'm going to do something like this, like a swap, and I'm going to put him on top 5 on the A tier. I will make a small change right here, so this is much more accurate. We have Cyberlix, such a unique design. Hands down, goes on top on the B tier, just like that. I am putting Catres slightly below. We have Tansy, our small monkey. I mean, this is super cute. I think this has to go on the highest on C tier. Then we have a very cool dragon, that's Elfidran, which also has a shadow form, which looks very cool. I think this guy is definitely an A tier, maybe way above A tier. He's very close to Beacon. I'm not sure if I like Beacon or Elfidran more, to be honest. I think I'm going to put Elfidran slightly above Beacon, maybe around here. We have Helpsy, which I mean, it is what it is. Here he goes. And then on top of that, we have another one I don't like, which is Azurobe. It has a unique design for sure, but I mean, I don't like it this much. I'm going to move some of those. And Azurbo just goes on the bottom on C tier for me. We have Cryolix. I love the design a lot. I'm going to put him on the bottom part of A tier. Now we have a pal that many of you are going to like, but I personally find very boring. His name is Blaze Howl. I'm going to put this guy very high on the B tier, and I'm going to leave him here. We have Relaxarus, which also has a Relaxorus Rex, which is a yellow version. And again, that's a cute pal, and I'm going to put him over our green goat. I'm also moving Fanwyrm on the S tier, so we have more space to work with. And I'm putting Nightwing on top of the A tier. We have another grass pal, Bronzerry, and it has also a blue form. I love how this one looks. It's definitely very high on the design, probably top 5 on the B tier. I'm grabbing Lunaris and I'm putting Lunaris on the bottom of A tier, so this looks slightly more accurate, and I'm putting Bronzerry on the top of B tier. We have Petalia, and Petalia is super cool. She reminds me of, what was the name, Lilymon? This is an A tier of design, and I think she goes all the way up on the A tier above the queen. I will put it on the very top of A tier. The design of this one is super cute. I could easily put her on the S tier. Yes, it definitely goes on the S tier. All of the themes are matching together, and this is why I'm putting this one on the S tier. Then we have another fire pal, Reptiro. I don't think he's that cool to be way too high on the list. I'm going to put him in the middle of the B tier, and I think he looks cooler than this one, so maybe do something like that above Catres, at least top 5 of the B tier. We have King Alpaca, which I think it looks dumb. I'm going to put him on the very bottom of B tier, maybe above the dog, I guess, or the cat, just like that. We have Ruby, which is a very generic design in my opinion. I will put it higher above the Melpaca, maybe Caprice, or whatever the name of this one is. And I'm grabbing the monkey and I'm putting it on the bottom of B tier. The Mamorest is actually extremely iconic. One of the very first poses you see in the starting area. It's a big elephant. I think this guy has to go on the A tier. He's more unique than what we have on the top 5 of the B tier list, and I think he goes all the way up, way above Anubis. I will put him around here. We have Rumbo. He's kinda cool. The design is there. I am putting this guy around here on the B tier list. We have Horsect. I think Horsect is a fantastic design. It has to go on the S tier, guys. So I am putting him around here, in my opinion, making some adjustments really quick, just like that. I think he's such a cool and badass bug type of creature we have. I wish we had more like that. I love the big armor he has. We have Fenglob, which, I mean, guys, this is another S tier. I love it so much, the designs and everything. This one has to go all the way up on the S tier. He reminds me of Cobalion from Pokemon, but he looks more like a deer in this one, more natural, hands down. One of my most favorite designs in this game. And mounts. We have Felbat. I think he's way above the B tier because of how unique he is. I'm going to put him above Anubis when it comes to the general design of it, because I think he looks super cool. We have Quivern, which again, Quivern, it's one of the cutest dragons you can find in the game. I think he goes all the way up on what we have on the S tier up until Dictos, I think. He reminds me of Dragonite from Pokemon, but he's cooler looking. It's just such a nice addition to have. We have Helzephyr, and this has to go all the way up on B tier. He's way above, actually. He has to go on the A tier. The question is, I think he looks cooler than Beacon in my opinion, so I am putting him here, and I'm making some space, putting some pulse on the C tier, like this, just to have a little bit more space overall. We have Astegon. Astegon is a pretty badass pal. I think he has to go all the way above the A tier. Very unique, it's a big metallic dragon. What more do you want? I will put him above Nightwing. We have Menasting, which the design is fantastic. It's a metallic type of creature. I am putting him above Cognito, just like that. I'm going to put Nightwing on the bottom of S tier, just like that. Let's start with Blazamut. The design is kinda too much in my opinion. I don't want to put him all the way up on the A tier. I will definitely put him above the fire version of Catres. We have Jet Dragon, which, I mean, the design is absolutely fantastic. It's an S tier. I think he goes all the way above Flamehawk and Lylene, and I'm going to put him over here. Of course, the Presto takes #1 spot because he's the most iconic. Second of course Lampfall. Jet Dragon, extremely iconic, has to be on the top 5 of this whole list. We have Frost Stallion, and I think the design overall fits to be on the top of A tier. And then we have the legendaries Palladius and Necromus. I'm going to put Palladius around here, not even on the top 5 of B tier. And Necromus, very similar. He looks better than Palladius in my opinion, so I'm going to put him very close to top 5 of B tier. So that being said, that is my list, guys. I'm going to move this one above Cognito and also slightly close to the A tier. We have 24 pals on the A tier, which is actually a fantastic number. I'm very glad we have so many cool designs, and of course, don't sleep on the rest. I know many of you will have different opinions, so you can let me know down in the comment section what you think should be higher. I'm assuming any of the legendaries. I'm a very big fan of the monster hunting genre, and I just love the fact that we've got a fantastic game to play. It's so nice to see so many cool designs, and we're getting many more of those. Thank you for watching, guys. That was my boring tier list. I'm going to save this. If you want to stay for more Palworld content, feel free to subscribe, to like, and if this video does well, I'm gonna keep making more of those. Thank you for watching. It was me, Kavou, and until next time,